Welcome everybody, my name is Michael and today we are discussing about a Bloomberg cryptocurrency survey where most of those surveyed stated that Bitcoin has a higher chance of dropping from where it's currently at. At the time of the survey it was above $20,000, currently it's at $19,480. The total market cap for everything is at $870 million. And when we take a look at the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index, we are at 16 extreme fear. Yesterday it wasn't as bad as today, it was 22, but earlier in the month it was at 14, so even lower. Definitely a lot of FUD in the markets right now. Most people think that Bitcoin is going to drop down from where we are currently to $10,000 compared to going the opposite way, going up to $30,000. And to be quite honest, there is always a chance of it dropping because Bitcoin can be extremely volatile in these bear markets. And just like in the bull markets, it can rise crazily, $5,000, $10,000 in a single day. Just as quickly can it drop. All it takes is one institutional investor to drop the price. And one upcoming event, apart from everything else in the markets, is Mt. Gox's 100,000+ Bitcoin release. So that's going to be happening next month. But before that, we have some positive news. The total number of Bitcoin addresses created ever has hit officially over 1 billion addresses today. That's pretty cool. Over 1,002,000 addresses as of July 12th. So I think that's absolutely stunning. Now, of course, you have to remember that most of these are owned by one individual, not most of the billion, but most people who have a Bitcoin wallet have multiple Bitcoin addresses because they have exchange addresses, they have multiple wallets, and some wallets continually produce more addresses each time you send, so always there's going to be a unique address. But still, over 1 billion addresses, that is absolutely significant to include into the news. I think that's definitely positive. Now back to the negative news. So first of all, that one giant event, over 137,000 Bitcoin, currently approximately $2.6 billion. It's going to come back into circulation next month. This was an ongoing affair with Mt. Gox for 7-8 years now. People, the victims of Mt. Gox, want to get their money back. Mt. Gox is going to have to oblige the courts and sell back these Bitcoins. And this is interesting because the last time we've had major panic in the markets and a lot of selling, this is of course something that has to happen regardless because, again, this has been going on for many years. This was planned. This is not going to stop. They have to sell the Bitcoins. It is what it is. With Terra Luna, obviously that crashed the market quite a bit alongside many other factors, but the Luna teams had to sell 80,000 Bitcoins from their reserves, and that dropped the price significantly. Now, one thing that does kind of throw a wrench into the mix of all these things is the fact that every single day there's more and more Bitcoin that is lost. Maybe it gets lost in a wallet. Maybe a family member dies and nobody has the password to it. Whatever happens to these Bitcoins, every single day it gets rarer. But also with that, every single day it gets more difficult to calculate how many Bitcoins it will take to drop the price or increase the price, because we don't know actually how many people out there alive and active have active wallets. We don't even know what happened with the creator of Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto. We don't even know if it's a person or a team. So there's so many different variables that all these calculations that a lot of the experts do, at the end of the day, it's just a guess. It's a really good guess, but that's all it is. So we take a look at a survey because that gives us an approximate kind of value where 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, wherever the amount of people, usually that's what they take for these surveys, where their head's at in regards to cryptocurrency. Obviously, over the past couple of months, a lot of the sentiment has turned negative because, well, hello, we've lost over $2.2 trillion across Bitcoin and all these thousands of altcoins. So when we take a look at the survey, nearly a quarter of surveyed retail investors consider the crypto asset class, amongst other investments, garbage. Great. That is compared to 18% of professional investors. So professional investors are a little bit better, I guess. The highest percentage of the latter category, 32% of professional investors reported being open-minded. but skeptical. And about 28% of the overall respondents expressed strong confidence that cryptos are the future of finance. So there's a pretty good chance that Bitcoin can still hit $15,000. We haven't hit it yet. There's a decent chance that we can go down to $10,000. And this is because, again, within a matter of a couple of hours, we can lose thousands of dollars. All it takes is one major event. And I think that the Mt. Gox Bitcoin selling it has the potential, it's not necessarily going to drop the price, but it has the potential to freak some people out, especially if they have no idea what's happening. They're not tuned into the news and they suddenly see a massive drop-off. All it takes is for one whale in the markets to start selling and everybody else is panicking and, oh my God, I don't want to lose my money. And then they also flood the market with orders and a lot of pessimism comes in. So right now there seems to be a significant amount of support if Bitcoin were to drop to $14,000, but right around where we are, the $19,000, $20,000 range, there is a decent amount of support. We've been at it for a long time. Yes, we've been dropping all over the place, give or take $1,000, but considering all the news events right now, everything is unstable, not just crypto. I think we've been holding our grounds pretty well. And with inflation obviously getting worse, it is definitely something of cause and concern. And right now, over the next week, the Fed is not ruling out the fact that they might hike up interest rates again. So 75 basis points, what that means is 0.75%, that is going to be an increase. Where already we've increased by a couple percent, and that's not great. Inflation, all these, it's a couple percent here and there. Yeah, but it's a couple percent of all of your expenses. Couple percent on gas, couple percent on rent, couple percent on food, and the inflation costs are dragged down from the companies, from the logistics providers, all the way down to the end consumers, and at the end of the day, we all lose thousands of dollars over 1 year because of gas, rent, food, everything going up like crazy, utilities, and it's not a pleasant thing. And then people just don't even invest anymore at that point because they don't even have money to invest. One good news is that 9% of respondents from the survey think NFTs are an investment opportunity. And right now, you can buy a Beeple for $20,000, $30,000. Woohoo! Yay! Not that you probably have that much money. I mean, not to say that I'm sure some viewers in the audience have quite a bit, but the average person right now, with the way the markets are, doesn't have that much to spend on an NFT. But hey, it's a fire sale of Beeples. And any NFT created by one of those super hyped up artists like Pac and Beeple, but you have to be careful with exactly what you purchase. But there's a couple artists out there where it's probably... Great, the AC turned on. It's probably a good sale right now. But anyways, 9% think it's a great investment, so we'll see. That is pretty much it for today's video, so thanks for staying tuned, thanks for joining in, and I don't know where we're going to go. I think there is the potential to go down to $10,000, most certainly, but if it does, I am 100% confident that we'll be back up at $30,000 within probably the next 2 or 3 years, maybe even sooner. Welcome to crypto. Thanks so much for watching, have a great rest of your day, take care, bye.
There's some bunnies.